Honnō-ji Temple, 1582. The air is thick with tension, the city of Kyoto holding its breath as dawn breaks over the ancient rooftops. Within these temple walls, the fate of Japan is about to be rewritten in fire and steel. Suddenly, chaos erupts. Smoke and screams fill the air as Akechi Mitsuhide's forces storm the grounds, their betrayal swift and merciless. The once peaceful sanctuary is transformed into a battlefield, echoing with the clash of swords and the cries of the fallen. Oda Nobunaga, the visionary warlord who dreamed of uniting a fractured nation, is now cornered. His ambitions, so close to fruition, are collapsing in a storm of fire and treachery. The flames reflect in his eyes, a symbol of both his burning resolve and the destruction closing in. Beside him stands Yasuke, a towering African samurai whose presence is as striking as his loyalty is unwavering. Clad in armor, katana drawn, Yasuke is a living testament to the bonds that can form across continents and cultures. Yasuke fights like a force of nature, his every movement a blend of raw power and precise skill. He is determined to protect the Lord who gave him a name, a purpose, and a place in a world that once seemed so distant. Amid the chaos, Nobunaga remains calm, his mind clear even as the world burns around him. He prepares for seppuku, the ritual suicide of a samurai, choosing to die with dignity rather than fall into enemy hands. It is a final act of defiance, a choice to control his own fate. In his last moments, Nobunaga turns to Yasuke, entrusting him with his final command, to guard his passing and ensure his legacy is not defiled. This is the ultimate sign of trust, a bond forged in battle and sealed in fire. As flames consume the temple, Yasuke's hope for victory fades, replaced by a grim sense of duty. The world outside is lost to chaos, but inside, Yasuke stands resolute, ready to face whatever comes. He will defend Nobunaga's body with his life, ensuring that his lord's head is not taken as a trophy by the enemy. In this moment, Yasuke becomes the final guardian of Nobunaga's honor. This is Yasuke's last stand, a foreigner who became a samurai, now fulfilling his oath in the most harrowing of circumstances. Against overwhelming odds, he refuses to yield. The world outside rages, but within these burning walls, loyalty and honor burn even brighter. Yasuke's courage is a beacon in the darkness, a reminder that true loyalty knows no boundaries of race or origin. Nobunaga's legacy hangs in the balance, and Yasuke knows that if he can hold the line for just a moment longer, the story of his lord, and his own, will not be lost to the flames. Steel clashes, sparks fly, and the end draws near. Yet Yasuke's resolve is unbreakable, his spirit unyielding even as the enemy closes in from all sides. In these final moments, Yasuke is not just fighting for a lord, but for the place he found in a distant land, a place where he was accepted, where he became more than a stranger. In the heart of Honnō-ji, history is forged in blood, fire, and loyalty. Every drop spilled, every blade drawn, shapes the legacy of those who stood here. This is the final duty of a samurai, to stand firm in the face of oblivion, to protect what matters most, and to ensure that honor endures, even as the world around him turns to ash. Who was Yasuke? Historians believe he was born in Africa, perhaps Mozambique or Ethiopia. Before being swept up in the slave trade, he became the bodyguard of Jesuit missionary Alessandro Valignano, traveling across Asia. In 1579, Yasuke arrived in war-torn Japan, a land of samurai and ceaseless conflict. His presence caused a sensation. Crowds gathered, marveling at his height and dark skin. He was a living legend before he ever drew a sword. News of the Black Giant reached Oda Nobunaga, who summoned Yasuke to his court. That meeting would change Yasuke's fate, and Japan's history, forever. A stranger in a strange land, Yasuke was about to become something more. Oda Nobunaga, both ruthless and visionary, was a warlord who defied the conventions of his time. He ruled by merit, not by birthright, and believed that ability and loyalty mattered more than noble lineage. In a world where tradition often dictated every aspect of life, Nobunaga's approach was radical, and it set him apart from other daimyo. When Yasuke, a towering African man, arrived at his court, Nobunaga was astonished. He had never seen anyone like Yasuke before, and at first he was convinced that Yasuke's dark skin must have been painted on, a trick or illusion brought by foreign visitors. Nobunaga ordered his servants to scrub Yasuke's skin, determined to uncover the truth. Yet, No matter how hard they tried, the color did not fade. The reality of Yasuke's presence challenged everything they thought they knew about the world beyond Japan. Impressed not only by Yasuke's remarkable strength and imposing stature, but also by his intelligence and calm demeanor, Nobunaga insisted that Yasuke remain at his side. He saw something unique in this foreigner, an opportunity perhaps, or a kindred spirit unbound by tradition. Yasuke was given a Japanese name, a place to live, and a role among Nobunaga's closest retainers. He was welcomed into the household, not as a servant, but as a valued companion and trusted ally. No longer a mere curiosity, Yasuke became a respected member of the warlord's inner circle. He attended councils, shared meals, and participated in the daily life of the samurai elite. Nobunaga saw great potential in Yasuke, not just as a spectacle to impress his peers, but as a true warrior who could serve and protect. He began training Yasuke in the ways of the samurai, teaching him the art of the sword, the code of Bushido, and the discipline required to serve as a warrior. For Yasuke, this was a profound transformation. From outsider and foreigner, to samurai in training, learning skills and traditions that few outsiders ever witnessed. In a society as closed and insular as feudal Japan, Yasuke's rise was nothing short of extraordinary. He broke barriers that had stood for centuries. Yasuke was now part of Japan's most powerful household, living among the elite and forging a legacy that would echo through history. Yasuke's strength and skill quickly set him apart from the moment he arrived in Japan. Towering above most, his presence was impossible to ignore, and his reputation spread rapidly through the ranks of the samurai. He was not just a curiosity, he was a force to be reckoned with, earning respect through his dedication and discipline. Yasuke trained alongside the elite warriors of Japan, learning the intricate techniques of swordsmanship and the art of strategy. He studied not only how to fight, but also how to think like a samurai, embracing their code of honor and loyalty. His commitment to mastering these skills was unwavering, and he soon became known for his sharp mind as well as his formidable strength. Recognizing Yasuke's exceptional abilities, Oda Nobunaga, one of Japan's most powerful warlords, granted him a katana, a symbol of true samurai status. This was an unprecedented honor, as Yasuke became the first foreigner in history to be elevated to the rank of full samurai. The ceremony was a moment of transformation, marking his acceptance into the warrior class. Yasuke was appointed as a personal bodyguard and confidant to Nobunaga, entrusted with the safety of his lord. His loyalty and prowess in battle earned him the admiration of his peers, and he became a trusted member of Nobunaga's inner circle. Among the samurai, Yasuke was admired not only for his unique origins, but for his unwavering courage, humility, and sense of justice. He proved that true honor was not determined by birth, but by one's actions and character. When betrayal struck at Honnō-ji, Yasuke stood his ground, fighting fiercely to protect Nobunaga during the chaos. The temple was engulfed in flames, and enemies closed in from all sides, but Yasuke refused to abandon his master, displaying extraordinary bravery in the face of overwhelming odds. After Nobunaga's death, Yasuke's final act of loyalty was to save his master's head and sword from enemy hands, a sacred duty in samurai tradition, meant to preserve Nobunaga's honor even in death. Yasuke escaped the burning temple, carrying with him not only the physical legacy of his fallen lord, but also the weight of his own remarkable journey. From a foreigner in a distant land to a celebrated samurai, Yasuke's transformation was complete. His story became a symbol of courage, resilience, and the power of acceptance. Yasuke's loyalty and bravery would become legend, inspiring generations to come and reminding us that greatness knows no boundaries. After Honnō-ji, Yasuke's fate fades into mystery. Captured by Akechi's men, he was dismissed as not truly Japanese and sent back to the Jesuits. No records tell us what became of him. Did he live quietly, become a ronin, or return home? Yet Yasuke's story endures. He's now a symbol of resilience and the breaking of barriers. From children's books to anime and video games, his legend grows. Yasuke reminds us that courage and honor know no borders. The African samurai's legacy lives on, inspiring new generations.